All right. Welcome to Whirly Media's first production here. Full up. We're working through some technical issues, and we'll get to you momentarily here. All right. Welcome to Game 3. We got pickup games for the Seattle Whirlyball area. Looks like Stan is about to bury a layup here on this 2-on-1 as Brad sends the ball all the way to Barrett, who had great position on the goalie, Eric there. Two unlimited players going at it. And it looks like those points were not given to yellow. And I'm sure they'll fix that at some point. There in the action, you see Sean hunting for a shot, passing it to Eric, who's got a wide shot. Back to Ben, who thought he had a window, but it closed. Back to Eric, wide open for the layup. As we see Jordan sending the ball down the court. Barrett catches it. Joe in a really good position there as the defensive wall of red gets set up. Yeah, all right, so some feedback on the framing. We're missing a bunch of stuff, but there's the reaction shot from Barrett and Joe. They've been going to battle all night. As, yeah, here we go. Sean looking to go forward there. Make sure that the defense is set behind him as he goes forward. All right, as we are back. As Barrett gets the ball deep in the corner there, sends it back to Brad, who's lining up a three. He didn't like it. He probably saw a little better action. Sends it to Dakota, who gets sandwiched. Brad gonna bump him free, 15 seconds left of possession. I don't know if that went. Looks like it just rimmed out high. Nice high wall by the yellow team. As action moves down the court, you can see this wall is gumming up the works as Joe lining up a shot. Wide open, Joe Tiffany in that 12 car as Brad Elke comes flying up. Brad launches a deep one. That also doesn't go. Stan Brown on red is trapped in the key, just off screen. Eric LaPlante's shot goes wide as Brad picks it up and goes down the court. Sends the ball to Jordan. Jordan eyeing up. This looks good for him, and indeed it is. 6-4. Red team leading. Yellow team missing some points, but we don't have to worry about that. Joe is set up a 3-on-2 here. If Stan can get bumped into position, Jordan closes the angle, and Joe just rims out from a wide angle shot from about 3 welds. As Jordan picks up the loose ball, sends it to Brad Elke, who dunks it over Ben Hanna. Brad was in a really good position. Brad feeling good about that. Eric's got a nice screenshot here. Double rims in with a sense of relief you can see on his face. As ball transitions down, you can see Ben Hanna there trying to get inside, save Sean from having to one-on-one Barrett. Brad Elke out the wide side, just wide of the shot there. Brad really enjoying himself and gesticulating towards the defender. Sean letting Stan come up. He's going to rotate back, and here comes Stan over Eric. Fighting for the ball, and Jordan able to pick it up, send it down to Brad. Sean's able to get in the way of that. However, Barrett knocks him out of the way with a screen. Stan picking up the ball as Brad's car looks like it's died. Ball down to the corner to Joe, sends it to Eric up the middle. Too much attention on Joe, left a hole for Eric. That is not uncommon, as Brad Elke is going to get an open shot as Barrett creates a hole. A big old hole draws Ben out of the way. Let's see if Eric can spin around on Jordan. End-to-end action here as Jordan starts pushing on Eric's hand. And Joe unable to convert the layup as 5 in the key is called and possession switches sides. Barrett at half court. You can see Ben trying to do as much work as he can, and Barrett just flipping it around Ben for a long two. Barrett is feeling it. Red's going to have a 3-on-2 here as Chris Laughlin's out. Joe not feeling it. Ben unable to reach out and get it. Dakota able to scoop it up. The power of youth and flexibility. And Dakota hits a nice shot over Stan from long range to put Yellow up for, I believe, their first lead of the game. 6.5 minutes into the first half. 3-on-2 here from Red. Still a 3-on-2. Unable to convert the pass. Jordan able to intercept it. Jordan leaves, however, and now Yellow's defense is in terrible shape as Chris Laughlin comes up the court. Red's got an interesting 1-2 wall there. A wall pass to Brad, tight angle, sends it to Chris. Chris puts it up just a little bit low as it's scooped up by Eric and sent down court to Joe. Joe and Ben have a 2-on-1 here. And Joe with a high shot scoops it over Barrett. And camera 1 is having a battery issue, probably on the monitor.
There isn't a second monitor up there.
And we will investigate, as we leave you on the reaction cam, as we go and investigate court, camera 1, which just went down. And Jordan Huffman fires that long range. What a cool shot. And we got a scoop on the ground. Joe reaching out with a light touch, getting admonished by the referee for it, giggling away as Yellow unable to convert on the lost scoop opportunity as they head up court. Joe looking for redemption, creates another 3-on-2 and rims out again, gets another offensive rebound, launches it over to Eric, who's going to pick it up off the wall as the ball skitters around on the ground. Ben's in the key. Joe at the top of the key hits another rim and is a little disappointed with himself as Barrett sends the ball into the floater, who is Jordan, who's got Sean in a terrible spot. And Jordan unable to finish with a dunk over Sean. Joe came in to help, but man, Jordan was in a really good position. See Barrett looming in the foreground there as Chris Laughlin able to break up that rebound after a shot didn't go. Oh, it does look like Yellow was called for a penalty. That may have been something to do with Joe dropping his scoop, because I don't think there was a 3-point shot. And stand by. And we're back here, and we've got the wide angle shot back in live as Brad Elke putting a pillow block on Stan to take up a bunch of time. Sean's open here over Dakota, just a little bit low as Jordan picks up the ball and he's going to send it to Barrett. Barrett, who's got position, misses the dunk from a tight angle as the ball bounces off the wall. Ben able to scoop it up, is going to send it down the other way. You get a picture here of the defensive frame. Barrett with an incredible bump, spin, and throw over Joe, who wants no part of it, doesn't want to stay back, doesn't want to play goalie, wants offense to be working. This is a close game, and Joe could change the tide here. Brad Elke looks like he broke that up. We're starting to see a little bit of angry Joe, which means he's going to float and put some points on the board. Barrett floating on the other end, creating some space for folks. Directing traffic as Dakota gets the ball. Dakota sending it to Barrett, who puts up a quick one under Ben. Chris not able to pick up that ball before Eric scooped it up. Eric's not really being guarded there. He had a shot, but better play is to get it to Sean. He set the screen for Sean, and Sean nails it. Great play by Eric. Oh, and Ben gets some of Barrett. And Joe with the goalie has a dead car there. That's going to be Joe every time. End-to-end stuff. This game is now back to within 1 point. Red's in a really good defensive position with an outside wall. Barrett trying to create space between him and the wall so he can go one-on-one or set a pick. He's thinking about shooting. He's thinking about shooting. Oh, and he sends up a high shot over Ben, and it just rims out. You can see his disappointment as he checks the scoreboard and the clock. As Stan sends the ball to Eric. As Joe with a huge hit on Dakota actually created a seam for a 3-on-2, but Eric liked the screen and took it over the top. As Barrett's trying to do something similar, sets a high pick, but now Red able to recover with a 4-man wall at about weld 4. Barrett's thinking about shooting a 3 here. Barrett slowly calling for the ball, shooting a 3. 3 points indeed. As he wants to start shutting Joe down. Sean with a great outside shot, enjoying himself. This game's getting spicy. Joe just put a hell of a move on Jordan at the other end. And Brad ate up Stan. Faking turning the car and shooting. A gentle wall pass to Joe. As Joe looks like he's got Jordan totally beat. And it looked that way because it was. Red with a nice wall. About 3 welds and falling back. Yellow attacking with 4. You can see Sean squeezing out to punish him for it. And all of Red's offense collapsed back to try and save their defense as Barrett put up a big 3. Eric finds the seam in the chaotic defense that Joe is able to cause that havoc. And nobody picked up Eric. He was able to just drive it right in. On the other end of the court, Barrett's going in the key. He wants Jordan to drive right behind him and shoot him over the top. Use Barrett as a screen. Miscommunication there. They're trying to figure out how to fix that. Barrett indicating that there may have been some contact on his scoop. And Joe and Eric demonstrating the exact play that Barrett was calling for, that Jordan and Barrett couldn't execute. But there's a 2-on-1 with a backboard pass that they can to tie the game. Final possession of the half here, 26-26. As time clicks down, 10 seconds remaining in a perfectly tied game. Joe eyeing up the ball. With 4 seconds left, that hits 2-1. Barrett has time to get it off, but it's just misses. It hit the backboard, but not the rim. As an incredible first half comes to a conclusion here of your featured game from Whirly Media Productions tonight. These are pickup games before a mixed league season. And here we are early February in 2023. Close-up shot of the ball here as we start taking defensive ends. Joe putting up a shot. And this is a little bit of horse around time in between the two halves. And the court is on as we begin the second half. Let's see, we're still working on getting the wide angle back. And in the meantime, enjoy these close-ups. There we go, the wide angle as Jordan runs into a wall. And Jordan able to push Eric forward. And with 2 seconds left, the shot did not go. Great reaction from Jordan. And Yellow would have a 3-on-2 here if Sean wasn't absolutely dead in the water, just out of frame. Sean's car absolutely stopped there, the 19 Yellow. And it just started moving. He's just off the crease there. 3 seconds left. Stan puts up a hopeful shot as Yellow has to collapse back on defense. They still have not entirely fixed themselves. Barrett is going to have a screenshot over Jordan here. And it's a low shot that Eric gets up to got a piece of that as well. As the ball gets deflected into the corner, Joe scoops it up. Sean in the car now moving. With a pick here, they might get a 3-on-2. Stan afraid of the pick backs away. And here we are on a wall looking for a screenshot. Barrett intercepts that. You can't be messing around with those silly passes around Barrett. As Red tries to regroup and break Yellow's wall here, they're doing a reasonable job. Looks like Yellow is committed to a 2-2. Chris Laughlin flicks it in. And Yellow's got a pretty good position here. Joe has got Brad dead to rights, but he misses the wrist flick layup. As Barrett passes forward to Jordan. Jordan trying to eye up a shot on Stan. Sends it back to Barrett with a great wall. He finds a gap from 4 Wilds that he liked, but the shot didn't go as the score remains tied in the second half of tonight's featured game. Red with a great outside wall. Yellow's got to use a little bit of ball movement here. They got to find a screen. There's Eric setting a screen for Ben over the center. Ben not happy that the shot went high. As the ball a little bit loose. Wow, Jordan able to pick it up. Possession remains Red, and he got position on Stan, and he's able to convert. Great work by Jordan to fix that and convert those points. Eric totally drives past Dakota, but unable to convert the easy open shot from about 2 Welds. Barrett and Jordan are having their way with the second defender here, regardless of who it is, it seems. As Joe finds a gap right at the top of the key, unable to send it high enough. He's going to get another opportunity as the goalie's in a terrible position. Thanks to Joe and getting the nose of his car square in the back at the right angle. Chris Laughlin going to set this one up. Wow, Chris has been on fire as Stan picks up the rebound and sends it, tries to send it around Barrett. Not an easy thing to do. Eric with a circus catch. Sends it to Joe, who's in the key, who fires it around Dakota. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Brad brings the ball up. Barrett is looking for a shot. Again, the second defender paying way too much attention to Barrett. They had 3 defenders on him, only 1 in actual defensive position. And making use of the man, the numbers disparity, able to send a second attacker right around him. As Eric driving around looking for a shot, Joe calling for the wall pass. Eric's got his geometry right, and Joe is open enough from the corner to send that in. What a close game with 10 minutes, a little more than 10 minutes remaining. Yellow finally has a good offensive wall. Barrett's out of the key and well defended. Way to fix this, Yellow. Okay, so now Yellow's wall might be in a little trouble as it gets picked. Sets up a wide open screenshot with no wedge for Brad, but it doesn't go. Joe's in the key. Let's see if Yellow can get the ball down quick enough. Oh, Joe's out of the key. In control the whole time. Red can have a wall inside or outside. Right now they've got a 2-2, but Brad can squeak inside. He knows what he's doing. Brad would like the wall to be pushed outside, which is, with Dakota in position, what they would have. Dakota gets caught out of position. As the wall collapses, Dakota can still drop inside wide to get Stan. Stan, I think, shoots low there, but great play. Oh, they gave him, it's probably points from earlier. Tie game as Dakota eyes up a shot around Stan. It doesn't go, but he almost was able to get his own rebound there. Race for the ball as it rolls away into Red's defensive half. It looks like Eric is going to pick it up, giving Yellow possession starting in Red's defensive half. Good wall inside, just push the wall outside by Red. This is looking good. Dakota's wall chasing the ball just a little bit, but it works! It works because it forced a bad pass, and Brad Elke able to pick up that interception. Brad may be able to beat Eric on the outside, but Joe's going to give him a little bit of bump. But it leaves Jordan open, and this is the play! This is the play that Jordan and Barrett weren't able to convert in the previous half. They were able to execute it. Jordan just missed it high, but that was the same play that they talked about. Well done for making the adjustment, figuring it out, and everything but making the shot, as Eric puts up an easy one, as I praise Red's improvement that led to no points. Let's see. Dakota, really smart screenshot there. Opportunity for Red to have a really high wall. Brad trying to tell Dakota to set a high wall. Dakota drove into the pick, and it's going to be tough. Chris Laughlin asking for a switch. Great call, Chris. Setting a really great wall here, but Joe's going to get a long screenshot. And it's not that long anymore. It's 3.5 welds. But now it's one-on-one with Barrett, which I think is the shot he was looking for. Joe and Barrett love that friendly competition as they battle to be the next generation of Whirlyball. Yellow with a great wall at half court. Jordan trying to help him break it, not able to set enough picks for folks to follow it. That was a reasonable pick, but I think Chris kept driving to the wall. I think he was trying to help Barrett get free. Joe with an easy bucket. I don't know how he gets that open. Jordan with a great pillow block, but Ben and Joe able to defeat it. Nice wall bounce. Create tons of space. Smart play by Elke. Third time's the charm. Unfortunately, he only got the rebound once and wasn't able to try it the third time.
You have a bunch of stuff in the office. How are you?
As Yellow picks up the ball, and again, Joe pretty open from an angle that he's money at. I feel like someone should focus on that guy. He's put up a lot of points as Red comes the other way. We've got almost a 2-on-1, almost a 3-on-2. Joe putting all of the pillow block into Barrett, making it him unable to convert the 3-on-2. Joe threatening to create a 2-on-1. With 5 seconds left, he tries to sneak one past Eric, and Eric wasn't having it. Dakota laying out to intercept the pass, but he gave up position to do it, and Joe almost made him pay for it. Just rimmed out a shot he's made the last 3 or 4 times in a row. Brad Elke will open up the middle, a 2-on-1 here with Barrett. And Barrett unable to convert the layup. Stan shoots around Dakota, and Jordan able to pick up the rebound. They got a 3-on-2. Are we going to get a shot at redemption here for Red? Looks like they're going to get a shot. Ben Hanna crashing that 3-on-2 party. Nice wall pass to Jordan, who's able to put it in. We'll call that redemption as the score is now 42-38. 4-point differential with 4 minutes and 44 seconds. Eric sends the ball up to Ben. Defense is in a bad shape. Ben comes back, sees if it needs help. Defense is set. Ben's got a screenshot over Sean. Just rims out as Ben comes back to defense. Jordan picks up the ball. Elke's going to get in here. Little power block, 3-on-2. Nice shot up the middle, and then a little bump to Jordan to help him back on defense. And Yellow has no real good position except that Joe is open, wide open with a screen shot. He drove past the screen. He's looking for the angle shot. He likes this matchup. That usually creates an opportunity for someone else on his team to have a screen. He just drives through the goalie and presses all the way through the key. Stan trying to catch up to Brad. Brad fakes the pass, fakes the shot, and probably got dizzy with the head motion. Shot misses. It was the right height. It misses wide. Joe directing traffic. Sean unable to handle that pass, but is able to pick it up. No harm, no foul. 4-minute game here. Joe drawing the defense away to create space for Sean, asking for the ball to go back to Eric with 3 seconds left of possession for a nice tactical 3. Barrett is in a pretty good position. Backboard pass to Jordan. We got a reset. 3-on-2 here. Elke. Oh my goodness, another offensive rebound. This is. And 30 seconds! They ran out of time. More shots in a single possession. Unbelievable. It looked like fun. Eric showing how it's done. Scoring within the first 10 seconds of a possession on the very first shot. Oh, man. Ben getting excited and shooting. Brad sneaking into the corner, pulling. Barrett trying a circus shot around Ben. He's made a few of those tonight.
That's 2.
Elke in position. Joe able to interfere and get some scoop on it. We got an angry Joe face after that. Yellow's up by 6 here as we're approaching garbage time. If they make those 2, Brad able to do just enough to keep Stan off of it. They need some quick points here. So now they should probably shoot a 3 if they get the rebound, and if Yellow gets it, they should hold the ball. 2-point shots. And that is the end of the game. We are officially in mathematical garbage time with 1 minute remaining and Yellow up by 8 points. So this brings to a close the inaugural featured presentation of of Seattle Whirlyball here on a pickup game. Early February in 2023. 30 seconds left in the game. Thank you all. We've just started a journey that we hope continues for a long time. Hope to bring knowledge and awareness of the sport of Whirlyball to the masses. That's the goal of this. We hope you had fun. Chris Laughlin bringing it back with a nice long three. Eric putting 2 on the board. 4-3. Dakota puts up a hopeful shot. Barrett sends it in over Joe. Remains a 5-point game. All right. Well, thanks everybody. This has been a blast. This has been your commentator, everybody's friend Noah. How we doing? Joined by technical director Jeff Jackson. Camera persons Jenna and Ryan. We hope to bring you more.